The Democratic Party is the oldest political party in the world and the largest in the United States in terms of membership. When compared to the conservatism of the Republican Party, the Democratic Party is generally more liberal in its views. The party has a large centrist and progressive wing, as well as conservative and socialist elements. When it comes to taxes, the Democratic Party supports a more progressive tax structure to provide more services and reduce economic inequality by making sure that the wealthiest Americans pay the highest tax rate. They also support more government spending on social services like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, believing that these provide a more productive labor force and provide better benefits than that of lower taxes. The Democratic Party also favors raising and regularly adjusting the national minimum wage to $15 an hour and believes that all Americans have the right to a fair wage. For healthcare, the Democratic Party calls for affordable and quality healthcare and favors moving toward universal healthcare in a variety of forms to address rising healthcare costs. Some Democratic politicians favor a single-payer program or Medicare for all, while others prefer creating a public health insurance option. The Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, which Democratic President Barack Obama signed into law on March 23, 2010, has been one of the most significant pushes for universal health care. In education, the Democratic Party favors improving public education by raising school standards. They support universal preschool and expanding access to primary education, with some in favor of charter schools. They call for slashes in student loan debt, like what Democratic President Joe Biden did in 2022 with his Student Debt Forgiveness Initiative through executive action. They also support reforms to lower tuition fees. They have the long-term aim of having low-cost, publicly funded college education with low tuition fees, like seen in Europe and Canada, which should be available to every eligible American student. The Democratic Party strongly supports the importance of addressing climate change. They believe that the government should protect the environment. In more recent years, their stance has emphasized alternative energy generation as the basis for what they believe will be an improved economy, greater national security, and general environmental benefits. This includes increased domestic renewable energy development, like wind and solar power farms. The party has supported higher taxes on oil companies and increased regulation on coal power plants, favoring a policy of reducing long-term reliance on fossil fuels. The Democratic Party's platform emphasizes social equality and equal opportunity. They strongly support voting, minority, and LGBTQ rights. Some social policies include immigration reform, electoral reform, and women's reproductive rights. They believe every woman should